So I wanted to talk to you guys today about a major dilemma that we've been facing recently. This is what we've been trying to accomplish and finish this past week. It's something that you're going to have to battle if you want to become a coin dealer, and that has to do with coins to capital. Everybody has a small little sinking sand lily pad that they get to call cash. And I'm going to write it upside down, and it ain't going to be pretty. So cash, when you start out your business, right, you might have 5,000 saved, you might have 10,000 saved, and you want to create active inventory that your customers can use, right? And so you're going to transfer that 5,000 into another lily pad of 5,000 in coins. But since you're smart, what you're going to do is when you buy these coins for the right price, you're going to transfer that money back into working capital that you can use on your next deal, right? Say you make 10% or say you make 20%. Let's just say for this reason, we did 5.5. You took everything out and you have 10% left over. You paid for your miles, you paid for your dinner, you paid for your expenses to get there, and you're left with 10%. You have 5,500, and then you go back to coins again, right? And you want to pay 5,500 again for those coins. But as years progress, that money, that capital that you have can balloon into something that makes it very hard to spend that much money on. And it's not a flex to anybody. But what I'm saying is that as you start to create a bigger and bigger company, you're going to have to find bigger and bigger deals, and you're going to have to be in rooms where you're able to sit down with somebody and try to buy 100 coins, 200 coins, 300 coins. This weekend, we ended up going to Arizona. And so the way it started out is we said, hey, we have nowhere to go. We can't really find fresh coins for you guys, so we have to do something quickly. And so we drove up to Dallas. We ended up buying a few Morgan dollars, and then we wanted to drive all the way to Midland to look at the boys' coins and preacher bills. I ended up falling asleep on the way to Midland, and when I woke up, I saw the Zerbe dollar on eBay for $3,600. Well, let's just say the Zerbe dollar has an interesting numismatic history, and so when we saw that coin for $3,600, we said, wow, the last one sold for over $34,000. This is Drew with Goose Collectibles.
Hi, this is how are you?
I'm good, doing good, Mr.
I think I've had like 3 people trying to buy that thing tonight. You were the first one, and then right after you, bang, bang, there was 2 others. I just started posting my stuff on there, and I had a buddy help me. I guess he posted some of it wrong, and so I've been having to chase down a lot of this stuff here the last few days. And actually someone else texted me this. I guess somebody else that was trying to buy it or wanted to buy it. He sent me a message and he said, hey, are you sure the price is right on that thing? And so I looked it up and I went, oh no, it's not right at all. I think I paid dollars for that coin.
Right, yeah, that's what I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it and see if he can reach out to me afterwards, because it's still a coin that it's still a coin that most people would want, and a coin that we're always looking for. So
yeah, if you make me a fair offer, I'd probably go ahead and do it. I don't know, I'd like to work something out with you. I don't want to get, I don't want to have any bad vibes out there, particularly not on my eBay.
Yeah, if I drove to you, would like 1,000 be fine? That's 10% less than the 10% you would awarded to me, basically.
Yeah, that would be. I would do it for that.
What was interesting is that we ended up making this trip based on one phone call with the customer for the Zerbe dollar. We didn't know everything else was available there. Sometimes you need to take a big risk. Sometimes you need to go out, branch out, do what others wouldn't do to offer coins that people couldn't offer, right? So, we could be going to a smaller coin show with 10 dealers and bringing home 10 coins for you guys and spending the whole day there and then driving all the way back. But instead, we're trying to find new and innovative ways to bring you guys along for the ride. And sometimes it can create risk, or it could take a lot of time to acquire certain deals like this. But overall, it does pay off more than just going to a few smaller coin shows. There was an error made on the seller's part, and so what we ended up doing was connecting. He ended up calling us and he said, hey, I didn't mean to list it for $3,600, I meant to list it for $36,000. And as you guys know, when you progress in coin dealing, you want to start to level up what you can offer your customers. You're always going to be offering them coins that are more common, like Morgan dollars, Peace dollars, lower end type coins. Once in a while, you run across a beast and you're going to have to try to buy it. And so what we ended up doing was we ended up striking up a deal with this seller. We ended up driving to his house in Arizona and we sat down in his garage with him. He ended up pulling out hundreds of coins. So he had a bunch of duplicate Morgan dollars, some other random coins in there, and we ended up buying a bunch of different coins on the way. So here is a few cat bust half dollars that we ended up getting from this trip, along with our graded coins. And we're going to spend a few moments talking to you guys about just how much money we spent on these collections and these shops that we went to. We also went to Preacher Bill's, and we're also going to talk to you guys about how many miles we drove to not only buy the Zerbe dollar, but buy all those other cool coins. We ended up buying, like we said, in Dallas and Preacher Bill's and in Arizona, and we stopped at a few other shops, and we ended up spending over $90,000 in just 3 or 4 days. We ended up driving about 3,000 miles on this whole trip, and we were probably out a few grand in expenses just for the hotels, for the gas, and for the food. But I do enjoy, like I said, the story behind everything that goes into what we do. For me, sometimes there's a lot of coins that I've seen a lot, Casey has seen a lot, and for us right now, we're trying to focus on interesting stories that captivate you guys and kind of keeps you guys going, not only coin collect, but find the next deal or find something that really gets you guys going and want to progress in the hobby. If you guys want to take a few moments, we could show you guys some cool coins and let you guys see them. So this is the Zerbe dollar. So if you guys wanted to take a quick look at it, it's graded specimen 66. It is CAC approved. There are estimated of 200 that were made, and they were slow rolling in the beginning of the creation of the 1921 Peace dollar. And so what Mr. Zerbe did was he ended up creating 200 specimen 1921 Morgan dollars, and these were basically the first ever 1921 Morgan dollars ever struck. They have heavy polishing lines on both sides of the coin, and most time they have an elaborate pedigree. They were given to somebody and they were passed on until evidently one day they got into a holder. Mr. Zerbe was also known for helping out with a $50 pan pack design that was in San Francisco. He was also, I believe, an A&A president from 1908 to 1910. He ended up being very influential in numismatics, ended up helping us, move into the new century, create cool coins like this. This coin, what I would say, is out of our wheelhouse normally. Most of the time we end up buying coins that are $5,000, maybe a little bit cheaper than that, sometimes $10,000. But this coin on a retail side, I could see it going for anywhere between $35,000 to $40,000. A few takeaways from this is that you have to think big about how you want to scale your business. You have to be relentless about what you want to accomplish. You have to give up your free time to build something. It's kind of like what Ben the Coin Geek said at Old Pebble Coin. He said, I said, man, dude, one day, when you start your business, you're going to figure out who you are, Ben. That's kind of what happened to me. He said, well, if you want to start a business, you're just going to yourself, And I sat there and I'm like, man, dude, his humor is dark. What I've started to realize is that you are giving up or killing a part of yourself that says, hey, I want to go hang out with the boys or I want to go take a nice weekend off. But I do think that there is so much more to be enjoyed in terms of a pathway or a roadway that you could be going down and meeting new people, offering your customers new things, and being able to create something that's unbelievable like what we've been able to do with you guys on acousticcollectibles.com. So here are some of my favorite Walking Liberty half dollars that we purchased from this trip, in case you wants to kind of hover over here real quick. So a lot of these are just duplicates from the collector set that sold us the Zerbe dollar. We have a 1934 Walker and 66 Plus CAC, 36S, great for the short set, 66 CAC, 37S and 66, almost a blast white coin, 38 Walker, a little bit of a better date. Then we have a 39S and 66 Plus, a 1941 and 67, a 41D and 67, and a 42D and 67. And what I like about these coins is that they're also just attractive to look at. The collector picked out very great coins that he has in his main set that we were able to take a look at, and also coins that we were able to buy for an affordable price from him. And so let's show you guys some Morgan dollars. So we have an 81S Morgan dollar, almost proof-like on the obverse of the coin, extremely flashy, has great luster to the coin, and also is CAC approved. Someone that wants a nicer common date coin there. As you know, with the New Orleans mints, you can see that they're a little bit more of a softer strike, and so 85.0 is a little bit more common, but in 66 CAC, it could become a little bit more pricey, especially as it compares to an 81S in 66 CAC. 87.0s, tougher date, also tougher with a stronger strike. This one's in 64, has fabulous luster, really good to look at. Once again, when we sit down with collectors, they really know what they're picking out. Thank you, Craig from Dallas. Then we have this 91S. It used to be in a Redfield holder. They ended up cracking it out and putting it in a PCGS holder. Has some great Redfield toning. Most of the time it's just a splotchy rainbow look to it. Sometimes there's a rim color to it as well. We also have a 92cc with some good luster. It is AU55 grade. And tough coins to run into in Mint State and AU. Sometimes in XF it's even harder to get those in your hand. We have two 97s, one's a 97 Philly, one's a 97S Philly. This one is almost blast white, a little bit more of a common date as it compares to the 97S. Both with great luster, both with great eye appeal. And last but not least is this 99 Philly, which is a key date of the series, a little bit tougher to run into in gem. So if you guys want to take a look at some of these more common coins that you might need for your short set if you're developing walkers. Maybe some more average commems like this Washington Carver. Maybe you're looking for gem Morgan dollars. Maybe you're looking for more common date 64, 62, 63 Morgan dollars. All of this can be found on our eBay, and you guys can check that out in the description below. As, like I said, you progress and you are very smart with your capital, you're very smart with your pricing on your coins, you're going to have a bigger and bigger issue and dilemma that you're going to have to move that cash back into a bigger amount of coins, which will end up being a bigger amount of cash, which will be a bigger amount of coins. And then you guys will have yourselves a coin business, which will be, keep you up at night, but also give you a passion and a will to keep going and helping the hobby, because there's such a demand for people that want to offer people coins for an affordable price. There's so many people out there that take advantage of so many people and overcharge them. And so at Acoustic Collectibles, we move so many coins because we want to offer something that's affordable to everybody. If you guys want to check out some cool things that we ended up buying from this trip, we posted most of those right now for you on acousticcollectibles.com.